Okay, so just as a disclaimer before this video begins, it's a pretty long video, okay? So if you're just here to see how to build the shulker swappers and all that stuff, then you're probably going to want to check out one of the smaller videos. But this video tells you everything you could possibly need to know about these shulker swappers. Like everything. And it shows you the process I go through to make these kind of contraptions. So I spent a really long time on this video, so please do enjoy it. But yeah, that's all I got for now, so let's get into the video. Hello everybody, so today I'm going to be trying to make a shulker box swapping system, and I'm going to make it from scratch. I have an idea, and I can see this all coming together, and I'm pretty sure it will go well. So the idea is I have a ton of shulker boxes in like all of these hoppers, like one in each, or not hoppers, you know what I mean, droppers. But every time I press the button, they cycle through, and one will go right here, and then they'll be broken and sent back to the beginning. So that's my first plan, and then I'm planning on making another video trying to be able to customize which one comes to us. Like, I don't know. I don't exactly know how all that's going to work, but I'm thinking this is going to be a good challenge, but not too bad where it's actually hard. So I'm going to get to working, and as you can see here, this is what I've got so far. You can just pretend that's a shulker box, and it'll cycle through, goes to the second one, goes to that one, goes to that one, and then it's dropped out. So, yeah, you'll see kind of how it works at the end, but I'm going to get to some of the other stuff, and then I'll get in a progress update. And don't worry, I will make a tutorial video. This is not the tutorial video. I will try to remember to put an info card about right here for the tutorial. So yeah, check that out. Okay, so here's what I got. I got this kind of circle of droppers going around with one dispenser right there to dispense the shulker box out. Okay, so I haven't set up the pushing system yet, so that's not done, so we'll just get rid of that for now. But let's say it's been pushed off, and that will go in there. So first it gets in here, and then when we press the button, we should see it appears right here. Then when we press the button again, it'll go right there. When we press the button again, it goes, not that one, that one, and it basically cycles around the whole thing. So I'll press it for a second, and it goes one by one, so that means we can store like tons of shulker boxes, and this is infinitely expandable. So yeah, we get one more, and there we go. So yeah, that's basically the plan for what I'm gonna do, and in the tutorial I'll make it a little more compact and stuff. This redstone won't be there, but I haven't done that part yet, so yeah, I'm going to get the pushing system set up, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so this is what I got. When you flick the lever either way, you will get a cycling of the shulker box thing. So yeah, this is what I got, and as you can see, the design is pretty bulky, and I'm definitely going to be making it compact, but it does work. It is working. There are easier ways to do this, and I do know that, but we're going to try to make like crazy storage, like crazy. You can just put tons of different stuff in there, because for each one of these droppers that we use, you can put 9 shulker boxes, and so that makes for pretty big storage. Let's see what that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 shulker boxes. Oh, 99 total shulker boxes can be stored in this design, that's pretty crazy. But yeah, you can cycle through them. It's nice and good. So, the first thing I'm going to do before I start making this thing compact is I'm going to get the ticks, like where it's minimum delay, whatever, where we don't have to wait for this stuff to happen. We want it to just be instant, right? Yeah, so I'm going to get to work on that, and I'll catch you in a moment. Okay, so I way overestimated how this design needs to be delayed. I put 8 ticks when, yeah, it only needed 1. Yeah. So that was a little mistake, but still, this thing is awesome. Like, that's pretty good that it doesn't need that much delay. I mean, look at this. This is super fast. I thought this repeater over here would be a problem, but it really isn't. When I'm compacting it in a second, I'm going to take away that, or it only requires 1 repeater, and I'm going to try to only make it require 1 observer. So we have reached the compacting stage. So yeah, these, by the way, are not necessary, just saying. I was using them to like see how they would all cycle through stuff, and yeah, that's working really good. So this whole thing is turning out like really well. I haven't really ran into any issues. It's just flying by great. And I mean, for 99 shulker boxes, man, this thing is like ultimate storage. This thing is gonna be great. I'll explain how to make it 99 shulker boxes when I'm done, but yeah, it doesn't get much better than this. So I'm going to work on making this thing compact, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so this is the simple layout we have right here. This is how compact it's gonna be. It's not super compact, but it's like the most compact you can get without, like, whatever. You don't really need to have it super compact, and I'm sure there are other ways to do this, but like, let's say there's a corner right along here, and a corner right along here, and you come up to this thing, and boom, like, this thing will be great. And yeah, this thing is just going to be great. I'm really excited about getting it all done. So without further ado, I'm going to get that started and see what we can do with this thing. Wow. I don't know what to say. It works, and like, I've never had anything related to Redstone go this smoothly in my entire life. Like, what in the world? It's actually amazing. And look how compact it is. Look at that. That's amazing. This part's like the only part that could possibly get better. Wow. I don't even know what to say. This doesn't even need a tutorial video related just to it. I'm going to do it anyways, but I'm actually going to make a super simple video on it. Because look at this. There's nothing complicated. 1 observer. It doesn't even use any repeaters. Like, this, I don't know what to say. I'm going to load all of these things up with the maximum amount of shulker boxes it can do, which is, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and potentially 9, and maybe 10, so maybe 100. So 80 to 100 shulker boxes. So I'll figure out what it is exactly, and I'll report back in. Okay, so currently I've filled up all of the droppers with as many shulker boxes as they can hold. So, wow. Okay, so yeah, sometimes that happens. It's something you can't really stop. The only thing you can really do about it is do what I would do and make a little kind of cage thing, I guess, over it. Just do that. And, you know, if it's gonna pop out, it'll pop out that way. So, it's not that bad. Okay. I guess that didn't work out very well. Maybe if we do that. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes it might just have to do that. And you might want to set up like a system where it has a little hopper right there running into that or something. I don't know. Really, it seems to work just fine. Well, it seems to work the best like that. And yeah. Yeah. But yeah, this is what we're really looking at right here. This thing, it works surprisingly like well. But yeah, 100 shulker box storage. Obviously, with any shulker box design, you'll have these where it pops out sometimes. It's just something you can't really stop. It's just gonna happen, sadly. Maybe they might fix that in the next update. That would be amazing, or really any update in general. But yeah, let's take a look at this thing, man. It's super easy. So, after watching all this, I think you deserve a short little tutorial if you haven't already seen the tutorial video. So, let's just grab the supplies and I'll be right back with you. Jeez, I can't speak. Okay, so I'm back and here's what we got. We've got this. And all the stuff you see in my little hotbar right there, that is the stuff that you will need for this project. As you can see, it's a fairly simple, cheap project. So obviously I'm in creative mode, so I don't need like the exact number. If you want to, you can kind of count it out as I go along. See, we have like whatever. You have like about 15 redstone, maybe 7 hoppers or 7 droppers, 1 dispenser, a observer, a piston, just regular, no sticky piston, as many shulker boxes as you want, and yeah, that's all there is to it. So, I'm going to make the simple design, like the smallest design you can possibly make, and this design works, but obviously you can expand this outwards and longwards, and I'll show you how to do that also. So, let's pretend this is the block we want the shulker boxes to be on. So, we're going to have that. We're going to place a hopper running into this block right here, okay? So, that block will be one of these droppers, alright? And then, that dropper is gonna head off in this direction. Alright, so, let's see here. Can't think, can I? You know what the smallest possible design we could do would be that, I believe. Would it actually? Huh. 1 second, I'm going to actually try it out before I tell you anything false and mess this whole thing up. So, yeah, I'm going to try it out and see if I can make it actually this small, and then I'll be back with you on the expansion and all that stuff. Well, this got super simple really quickly. Yeah, so I only put 1 in there. I'm going to add a few more, but as you can see, if you press it 3 times, since there's 3 things, yeah, you get that. So yeah, this thing, it got really simple really quickly. So I'll show you how to build this design, and it's really quick. I'm gonna go ahead and put in the shulker boxes super quickly, and I'll be back with you. I know I'm saying quick a lot, but you know. Okay, so I'm back, and with this little design right here, it can hold up to 40 shulker boxes. And that is up to. You can have, to get one shulker box every time you flick the lever, then it requires 3 shulker boxes, but it can hold up to 40. And you're probably wondering, dude, there's only 3 dispensers slash droppers. Well, there's actually a 4th one right down here. And I'll get to that later when I kind of describe how all of this works, which I'll kind of make a little mini game mechanics session after this. This is going to be a pretty big video. Just saying, like, yeah, it's going to be a pretty long video. But it's totally worth it, because you'll like, by the end of this, you should just be able to randomly go to someone's house and make a shulker box swapper. Like, these things are super simple. And, yeah. So, up to 40 shulker boxes, a minimum of 3 for it to go every time. Really, you only need 1, but whatever. So, yeah, let's get to building this thing, since it does actually work in this super compact manner. Jeez. Okay, so you're going to have your dispenser right here, and then a hopper going into a block, and this is where these shulker boxes are actually going to be. Alright, so that, we're going to have a dispenser? Dropper. Yeah, dropper right there, facing upwards, with a dropper right here, facing this way, and a dropper right here, facing into that dispenser. Wow, okay, that's kind of weird. Anyways, you're going to have 2 redstone dust right here, a block right here with redstone dust on top of that. Okay, and then you're going to have a piston right here, and an observer facing in this direction. And that will get an output from this lever, which every time we flick the lever, it'll send an output to right here. Okay, so that makes up most of it, but we still must power the bottom thing right there. Okay, so to do that, we need to drop down a bit, and there probably is a way to make this a little bit more compact, and I might sort that out, but, I mean, look at it. You don't really need to be more compact than that. Okay, so yeah, we got that, and now it is fully functional. I mean, seriously, that's so easy. That's, like, what in the world? Oh my, like, I can't even, like, never mind, just, wow. So yeah, all of these can be filled up with, like, 9 shulker boxes. Did I say 40 over here? No, not 40. They don't hold 10 each. It would be like 36. So, yeah, 36 shulkers is maximum over here. Shulker boxes, that is. And, yeah. Yeah, so every time we flick the lever, we should get 1 shulker box. Green, black, white, white, green, black, white, white, whatever. But yeah. So, now that we built this, I'm going to quickly show you how to expand it, and then I'm going to show you the game mechanics for it. So quickly, I'm going to build a replica of this somewhere in that direction, and then I will be back with you. Okay, so quickly, I have just placed in some shulker boxes, and these, not too many, just 9 right here and about 3 over there. And so yeah, as you can see, it's the same design we had earlier, and yeah, there's really nothing much to it. So I'm going to show you how to expand this thing if you have built my shulker farm that I showed in the, like, you know, one of my videos, how to do that with a spawner. So if you built that and you just have loads of shulker boxes, you're going to need to expand it. So let's get to doing that now. Alright, so depending on how much you want to expand it, is how many droppers and all that stuff you're going to need. So I'm not going to need to like expand it too much, and I'm not going to bore you by just expanding it crazy for this tutorial. You know what, for the tutorial's sake, let's not even make it that large. Let's just do this. Alright, so yep, this is what we're left with right here, as you can see, and it's looking pretty snazzy. Alright, so yeah, it's really not that hard, guys. It's not. So just place redstone on top of all of these except for this. I guess you could if you wanted to. I don't see why you would though. Seems kind of pointless. But yeah. So yeah, really quite simple. Just cycling through all of these. And are these even being used? Why aren't these being used? Did I do something wrong? I might have. I don't know. I might have. Now it should be working. I don't know, but you get the idea. You can fill up all these droppers with shulker boxes. I don't really actually know what's going on right now. If somebody knows, please tell me, but you know, you get the idea. You can fill up all these with tons and tons of shulker boxes. Yeah, just tons and tons of shulker boxes because you built my amazing shulker box farm thingy. Yeah. But yeah, I think you kind of get the idea. So that's all really for this video. Remember to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. So I'm going to quickly go over the game mechanics if you want to watch that. And you know, yeah. That's really all there is to it. Okay, so starting out at my first design, I'm going to explain why I did what I actually did. So, if you don't already know, pistons, like everything that involves pistons, 2 ticks. Just remember that. Pistons, 2 ticks. Okay? Yeah, that's all you need to know. But when using monostable circuits, piston, 0 tick. So, that's why I had this repeater to begin with. But the reason I needed it on this design is because if I didn't have it, it would be soft powering the block and there would be nothing to suck the power out, whatever. So that's just some redstone circuitry for you. Yeah. So if I make a video about repeaters, I'll put that in it. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, just comment and I'll make a video on that. But the reason I used observers is so every time we flick this lever, we could get an output, no matter what, because they detect block updates. So it's the fastest possible thing you can do, and it creates a super small monostable circuit, which I actually did a video over here. And if I can remember, I'll put an info card on that for the screen. And yeah, so very simple. Yeah. Anyways, okay, so the way that all of this circles around and gets everything there is every time a dropper is powered just once, it'll send off 1 block. Yeah, very simple. And you can see that in my auto dispenser video, or auto dropper, whatever. Yeah, that's how that kind of works. So the reason I added this repeater was just because the redstone signal strength was giving out, and the reason I actually needed it was to power this block, because these 2 blocks weren't getting powered. Okay, so the actual shulker part, though, is quite simple. When a shulker box is pushed, just like a normal shulker will teleport, the shulker box will break, which is really awesome. So if you were watching some of the Minecon stuff, you would see that Mumbo Jumbo wanted a storage system that could be moved, and Mojang actually carried out with that idea and introduced a new mob into the game, the Shulker, just for that. So that's a pretty cool little fact for you if you didn't already know. But I'm really thankful that they listened to Mumbo Jumbo's recommendation and actually got a Shulker box into the game. So that's really awesome. And the observers also, huge thanks to Mojang for sending those out there to us. They make our job so much easier as Redstone engineers. So, yeah, that's all there is really to this design. So in this design, I figured out how to actually make it even smaller and compacting it. So what I did here is Redstone output detect block update. So this block is powering this redstone, this piston. Okay, so when we get an output, you can see, yeah, that powers on. It powers that block, which powers that piston. Okay, so that's the reason that works, and it also sends the block down there, which powers that block, which will power that right there. And that's the reason it can be sent up and cycled through again. Basically uses the same game mechanics as over there. Now, to make this more compact, what I did was I basically skipped all of these steps, and I just sent the dropper facing in this way, and the dispenser facing right there, dispenser there, and dispenser facing upwards like that, and that made it super compact. And then that's the tutorial you know about today. So that's why this thing is so basic to build. So there is one thing, if you're just going to make this crazy huge, the redstone signal strength is eventually going to give out, so you might have to have something that looks sort of like this, maybe, where you have like that, and I don't know. I don't exactly know how you would do that. I haven't really thought about it. If you need me to make a video on that, then just ask, and I will definitely do that, but it may look something a bit like that. Yeah, I don't know. But if you need to know how to do that, can't figure it out yourself, just leave a comment and I will definitely get on to that. But I don't think you'll need that many. Or you can just make a second shulker swapper, but that would make things pretty hard to cycle through, and that's where my next video that I'll be working on will come in, where you can actually select what shulker box you need. But that's really all there is to this video. Well, I shouldn't say that's really all there is, because it's been a pretty beefy video. I don't know how long it's going to be when I edit it and render it and all that stuff. Probably going to put some kind of disclaimer at the beginning saying, this is a long video. Just be prepared, people. Because so far I've done three 10-minute sections. I sectioned them in 10 minutes. So yeah, this is going to be a pretty beefy video, but guys, thank you for watching and sticking in there with me. Yeah, thank you for all the support. If you've watched this whole video, it means a ton to me, so thank you so much for watching through this whole thing. And go ahead and leave a like if you found it useful, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I can post more content like this where it's really long and shows you the whole process, or I can make shorter videos like but all that aside, see ya.